Hello, this is Jason from I Can Thrive. I've got one of my clients here, Kristine from Europe. She had chronic fatigue syndrome for many years and now she's fully recovered. And we're going to share the inspiration of her story. So, welcome, Kristine. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you so much
I
for
can,
sharing the inspiration of your story. What I'd like to start off with straight away is, what was it like with the chronic fatigue syndrome? What were your symptoms and the severity, and how long was it going on for you as well?
mm, yeah, in the very beginning, I think I had like some form of chronic fatigue since I was born, because I was always like low on energy. When I was little, and I was often like ill or sick with some viruses, but it would last, for 2, 3 weeks sometimes, where other kids I would recover within a few days. There have been periods where it was better, where I would feel that these are periods where I was excited or, very positive about something, then many of the symptoms would go almost totally away. And there were periods where I was like really, really tired and like feeling like this lack of energy. And general, like it's been a long time, it wasn't very severe, but then last year in the autumn, shortly I had like a corona shot, then I got some virus on top of that, so I got quite sick at
Mhm.
that period, and I had a fever which was lasting like for 6 weeks without the doctors really, like they were not able to explain it, like there is
Mhm.
something going on but we cannot really see it because we did like x-rays and some scans and you don't have any inflammation or anything like very clear, but yeah, we can see it, we don't know really what to do with it, maybe you should just take more rest, and you are young, you will recover, take supplements, and yeah, it will be fine at some point. Like my doctor said, okay, you will be fine, I'm sure. And that's basically what I was sent home with. And the fever was not going away, and I was still working, but I was working a lot from home. Yeah, it was still, not full complete life when you sit at home and you work and like everyone is somewhere else and you are doing your job. You still feel you fulfill some of it. You're tired, like yeah, I cut on the social life totally at that period of time because like okay, I worked, but then I had to relax. And
Mhm.
then also with time I stopped being really able to sleep well, so in a few weeks I also found that I was like wakening 7, 8 times during the night or not sleeping at all, and I started to
Wow.
experience also some like wild things like sleep paralysis, and I was super super exhausted. Like I've been at this worst period, it lasted like from I think September till I met you, but like for a couple of months it's been quite bad, I would say. Like I wouldn't be able to enjoy life for a long time. Before I was able, okay, to compensate, to give extra time to relax, to say okay, I'll be fine. That period was really really bad, and that's when I started to like look for like other people who experienced something similar
Mhm.
and try to find answers, like yeah, how to get out of here when my doctor doesn't seem to be able to help me, and I don't really know what it is, like it's been a
Mhm.
very frustrating situation.
And what kind of things were you trying initially to help yourself to feel better?
I tried some guided meditations. I did them also before, Um, I couldn't see huge difference. I mean, maybe while I was in that moment, it gave something in, 10 minutes after the meditation, but then,
Yeah.
the effect was gone.
Right.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, then I mean, of course, I also, when I was there very sick, I tried some supplements, like magnesium, because I read it can help you to relax. And I took it also before when I was doing sports, and I also now when I do a lot of sports, I take it. I took a bit more, but I wasn't really sure what to do with it even. And like also extra supplements which some sportsmen take, or people which are in need for energy, but that they also might have worked, but like also very very temporary, and yeah, I couldn't really see the effect of those.
Sure.
Yeah, I also went to psychologist from the walk, and I mean she was also a very nice woman and we had nice conversations, but then again it was nice to talk, to get some tools, but did it affect my health really? And no, it didn't.
So when did you find brain retraining? Like, how did you find it?
Yeah, I was actually on YouTube, and I think I was like myself coming to the conclusion that I have this chronic fatigue syndrome,
Hmm.
which got just very bad.
Hmm.
So, but there I could feel like it's mostly tiredness, which kind of manifests this way, that my body doesn't have resources to cope with illness. And then I started basically, I think I just wrote in YouTube like chronic fatigue syndrome stories recover or something. Yeah, and then I found a site of a girl. I'm not sure I will pronounce your name right, but
Raylan
Iggy.
Nagel. Yeah,
Yeah,
amazing lady.
thank you.
So inspiring. Yeah.
Yeah, she's super inspiring, and I know she still continues her channel. And she had different stories, so like some like people who some recovered with the help of supplements, some did something on their own. And then I think I saw your story, and also one guy, I think, or a girl. She told about going through like training with you. And then I think I saw your story. And then, like there was something kind of, sounded familiar to me, or, like you also talked about your experience. And here I felt like, okay, there's something I maybe should try because, yeah, I mean, I'm also on the paper, I'm, healthy girl. I'm not that old yet. And like, where is it coming from? Like, and then I thought it's really something like to address in one's brain or mind. And that's why I kind of felt that click. And then I think I went on Google. I found your own website, like little website I can thrive.
Awesome. But when you started, what kind of progress were you noticing? What kind of changes?
Yeah, actually it was really amazing because I mean, in the beginning it was especially like I could feel especially big, like huge progress first week, because for the first time after 1 week, I remember I like slept the night through. And before that I would not have slept normally for 6, 7, 8 like weeks in a row, where if I slept 5 hours, it was a great day, and I was like, wow, I actually sleep. Okay, that works. That was really cool. I remember because that was like at that point I was really exhausted from not sleeping. Like, and then with the time also fever went quite fast away, and my health got stronger. But that thing was like the first where I was like, okay, that works. That works fast.
Yeah.
But I was going to the psychologist at the time, and I remember that I was going and I had to fill, some scheme about, my health and life. And I think she had a scale like from 0 to 100, and I was like 12 or something there at that point of time. And then after like we had a couple of sessions, I had to go to her again, and then I had to fill that scheme out. And then it came out with 88 or 89, and she was like, what the heck has happened in these 2 weeks, like. And at that point of time, I was still like, I was recovering already with your help, but it wasn't like, it wasn't like full recovery, but I was feeling, I was again able to smile, to sleep, like I feel my relationships are getting better because, I have more positive energy. I have energy to talk to people, things started to change, and it was such a drastic change there. And then she was like, but you have to come 1 week again because, I don't believe that, I'm afraid, you come back to it, or you're on some stuff, and then I came a week after and I was still on that level. And then she was like, yeah, I guess I cannot help you anymore because, you found your way, like, good luck.
That's fantastic.
that was
Night and day difference.
Yeah, that was really interesting experience, but that's what I did. But she was super nice. So in that way, she was like, oh, that's great that you like found your own way, and that's really good. You fight for your life, and that's she was supportive. So, but she was really, really surprised.
In terms of your physical progress, what kind of changes were you noticing with that as well?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think 1 month after we started with the program, maybe 5, 6 weeks, I've been like going skiing, and I was chatting with you, sending you pictures. Remember, I was like, oh my god, I mean, I used to go skiing also before, but then that autumn, I was like, I didn't believe I would be able to do it. I thought, okay, yeah, it's good if I can chill home and maybe, have a Christmas party with friends. That would be great. And, I got actually a virus just before going there. Like my husband got it and I got it. And then, it was like 2 or 3 days before we had to leave. And then I left with that, with this belief, if I do this, it will be all right. I saw it works, And I was actually on the first day already skied a couple of hours. And then the next day I was skiing. And then in the end, I was like skiing 8, 9 hours a day. Of this vacation, I was like, okay, well, I was tired, but like I slept also like stone, and like my husband was like, okay, what's with you? Maybe we should just put put you out and keep you running around. When you come back home, you can do something else,
Amazing.
And also some smaller ones. I think I wrote, you remember when I was going climbing, and then there was also this moment when I was in the beginning sitting, like looking at some bouldering problem. And then I just like the last piece. And I tried it for a few times. And then I was like, okay, what if I try to use brain retraining here? Because I listened to some of your books and like I heard that also people in sports world and everywhere use it, like, what if I imagine that, if I go and grab it and I actually hang in there on top?
Mm-hmm.
And when I thought, I kind of got this feedback inside, yeah, you go, girl, it's fine. You got it. Like you say, you got it, and then I went there and I got it.
Awesome.
Right, that moment. And I did it actually several times. And, it always worked. And if I didn't get it, like, if I didn't feel it, then I couldn't get it. And it was like, and all these small confirmation moments, they just kind of increase this kind of, increase the belief. The small moments that confirm that the things will happen if you really want it and you kind of imagine it. Yeah, it's there for you, you can do it, you can do more.
What was a breakthrough moment for you?
Yeah, I really started to feel it works, that when after 1 week, like sleeping and waking up and like, I realized, okay, I can do it. And it's actually, in me, in myself. And, if I work on it, it can bring the results, I mean, one of this we talked also with you about one was this, bust, I think you call it, when you like go all out and then you
booming and busting.
Fall back because you use too much energy. Right. And the one thing is part of your program where you told me, okay, you have really to prioritize and think if it's like how much on this scale you really want it, or maybe it's like something you think you want, but you don't really want for real. And that has helped me a lot because I really started to analyze things. And then I also came to the conclusion that I was, before I was stressing about that I cannot do the things I want, but those things I didn't really want.
Okay. Yeah. It's amazing what we tell ourselves that we should do or must do,
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't really want it. It's just something on my checklist. I'm used to run 2 hours. That's why I have to run, or I have to do it because I feel like maybe I don't need to then, work and then go for a run for 2 hours and then do a lot of stuff. I think it's more like ego thing than like me really wanting it, And I really got better at this, acceptance of, like today I feel like I just go to sauna in my fitness center if I go there, or I even stay at home, and that's fine, and that gives my body the space to recover. But I don't stress about managing everything in life.
So you learn to be much more self-compassionate and not so like achieving just to achieve. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I got much more control over like, how I feel and how I react to things, and better understanding, then I also better able to react to it. I think that was this, after 1 week.
Yeah, our minds are so powerful. It's amazing what we can actually achieve when we believe that we can do something. It's like incredible what can happen. Yeah, absolutely amazing. So what are you looking forward to next?
I want to continue to work with brain retraining, actually see where it can bring me. So I believe I have to continue because I worked a lot with this relaxation and energy.
Excellent.
Things I want to also work with like healing. So one thing I want to continue focusing on the health. Then I had this map I showed you. We got a house in the woods, or the ground for house in the woods. So we are really working like on making it become a place now, and I have a lot of like positive energy concentrated there because we dream about finishing this place and seeing where it can bring us when it's done. I think I just looking forward to living free life with more positive life and more healthy life than I did before.
What could be more important than that?
Yeah, exactly.
So if someone was thinking about doing my brain training program, what would you say to them?
Yeah, I would say for sure go for it because it's not just about the health, it's about like personality development as well. And it's the most, I saw it as a very complete way of addressing problem because you don't just like focus on some, solution which kind of closes holes in your body. You kind of become more whole person yourself. It's like a combi, you know. It's a health, but it's also self-development. It's a psychological thing. You really feel like, you know, you go from this negative loops, you learn to go into more positive loops, and it really helps you like in everyday life, because like you look at the same things differently. The fact that you look at it differently, it gives you like different energy level, and gives also your body different time to like recover. I mean, it's I think the best decision I could have taken at that time.
Fantastic.
I'm super happy and super thankful to you, because
You're totally welcome.
it got me out of that very, very negative loop where I was like, what should I do with it? I wanted to just add, I think it's like independently whether, you know, you're CFS or general, you know, life satisfaction, even if, you know, you don't feel sick, but you just feel annoyed with something in life, or like I was, you know, before, okay, tired, or something is not fitting in this picture, I would still suggest this program, because one probably also doesn't have to go all the way down, you know, to self-development, to feel better. And that's the thing, you know, sometimes we start to search for it, as I did, only once it's like super, super crucial, you know.
One final question that I have for you is, what would be like some final words of wisdom that you have for people? Do you have any like golden nuggets of wisdom that you'd like to share with people?
You know, I still don't. I don't feel a guru like you yet, but not at all. But I would say, I think one of this is like, it's important to follow your heart and listen to yourself, because it's also what your program teaches, and it's also what, you know, like when I heard about your program, it's also, what I did. I followed my heart. I kind of jumped into it, and quite quickly, and it will show you the way. And the same with this, you know, I feel like big part of stress is it because we do the things we think like we must or have to do,
right?
Or because we do things which we don't realize we maybe don't want to do that much, because you're not obliged to do anything if you don't want to do it. Like it's your choice, and I feel now I choose, like, or I have control over how much. Following heart, compassion to yourself, maybe understanding that the responsibility is actually on you. It's also a good thing that the responsibility is on you, you know.
Awesome, fantastic, so good, Kristine. Thank you so much for inspiring people.
It's me who say thank you, because I'm so happy I met you, and
Awesome.
I mean, I got an awesome tool, and now I know I have this tool for, you know, the rest of my life, and that's really empowering.
Awesome, so good. For everyone out there, I'd like you to do a few things for me. If you could share this video, sharing the inspiration with other people, that'd be totally awesome. Anyone who's overcoming chronic fatigue or fibromyalgia or post-COVID, I'd like you to also like the video. And if you have any questions whatsoever, just comment down below. If you want to contact me, you can email me at jason@icanthrive.com. All right, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.